everybody, so we're back here on some more Warframe, because you already know why. Let's not kid ourselves. In the last video I talked about the news for Destiny 2. Really sucks to see. If you don't know, basically Destiny 2 is reaching its end of live service. The game's still going to be playable, it's not being shut down, but updates, there's not going to be any more updates. Last one is on June 9th, and I pretty much just talk about all my thoughts on that, kind of reminisce about Destiny some. I wanted to make this video because there would definitely be some talking, at least, about Warframe and Destiny, because some people tend to see the games as very similar, and when they're just really not that similar. Destiny versus Warframe has been a debate for years, stupid kind of argument for years, really. It originated, and I feel like post 2020, because I feel like pre 2020 it was not really much of an argument. Like Warframe, I mean, geez, like just the first couple years of Warframe, it was just not that good, to be honest. Like, I'm a fan of Warframe, don't get me wrong, but Warframe, it definitely has not always been that good. Those of you remember, you know, pre-2020 Warframe, it was the dark ages. It took forever to get to a new war, and any sort of update that came out for the story was like 10 minutes long, if that. It felt like there was like a year between each update, and they were just so small. And then balancing was also kind of just questionable, nerfs, buffs, etc. Or so nerfs. But for the past couple years, Warframe has been doing very, very well. It's definitely been a very good game that I would definitely recommend to most people. But anyway, just talking about Warframe and Destiny, because a lot of people would compare the two, and I mean, they're only pretty much comparable in that they're both live service looter shooters. That's kind of about it, because if you look at Warframe, it's a very fast-paced, chaotic, very, very power-crept game. I mean, so think of it, you're pretty much the boss fight in this game. There just really is not much difficulty. Once you get set up, it's light work. And the thing is, once you get set up, you can just go even beyond that and just absolutely overkill everything. Whereas Destiny, it's a bit more of a slower paced game. Obviously it's first person instead of third person, and loadouts are just very functionally different. I know some people think of Destiny as a very ability spammy game, which yeah, it is to some extent, especially compared to what it used to be, but its ability spam does not compare to Warframe at all. What's funny is Warframe actually used to really lack on ability spam. I remember with Warframe, Arcane Energize was like seen as the god of arcanes, because there just was no really other way to get energy reliably. But Warframe, when it comes to getting loot, obviously you do still have to find some loot. It's more so materials and parts, and then you craft whatever the item is. Whereas Destiny, you're finding randomly rolled weapons and armor. Destiny, you have to kind of randomly roll for your perks, whereas Warframe, you just basically build your perks because of mods. You gotta find the mods in the first place, but once you find them, you basically just put them on whatever you want to. And then more than that, the kind of mission structure of the two are very different. Destiny is very much a point A to B, then kill a boss fight type of game. There still are some small objectives here and there, but nothing crazy really. Whereas Warframe, it is also very much a point A to point B game. Or you can just kind of stay in the same mission for hours, and boss fights are just not really that in-depth. They're kind of just a joke in this game. When you think of Warframe, you don't even really think of boss fights. They're just not that special, to be honest, and it's very hard to make them actually be engaging and have some difficulty to them, which is definitely one of the main difference between the games, just difficulty. Warframe is, again, a very much power crept game, whereas Destiny, there's difficulty is definitely quite a bit of a part of it. You've got stuff like raids and dungeons, and then you've got like Grandmaster Nightfalls. Obviously you have PvP, which Warframe PvP is an absolute joke. I know we tend to clown on Destiny PvP quite a bit, but as bad as Destiny 2 PvP can be, it still ain't nothing on Warframe. And I don't even think the Warframe community would argue with that. They'll be like, yep, PvP in Warframe it's not good. It does not exist. What is this PvP you are talking about? But really, I think the main difference between Warframe and Destiny is just kind of like the gameplay feel. Because again, Destiny first person, Warframe third person, but more than that, again, mission structure quite a bit different. Story definitely does feel a little bit more prevalent with Destiny, because it's a bit more of a regular cadence. Warframe, you kind of hop around quite a bit, and it's not as updated as Destiny. Destiny had more of a seasonal story, and then the big expansion. Warframe is just, I mean, it's a completely free-to-play game for Warframe. Obviously, you do got microtransactions, but they're pretty fairly priced. Speaking of which, I got 75% platinum coupon. I might have to use that maybe for like this little $12 one. We'll see. I still do need to buy the Mesa heirloom pack when that comes out. But I definitely think the hardest part about trying to get a Destiny player into Warframe, especially now, is the connections. As much crap as, Destiny players gave Destiny, it still was very much a loved game. It was a love-hate relationship, but there was definitely a lot of love and passion for it. People played it for years. They felt very connected to it. They met friends through it and almost felt like a home in a sense. A lot of gamers today tend to have a main game, and Destiny was a main game for many players. Like me, for example, I played it a lot. Even if I was taking a break from it, I knew that I would always come back to it eventually, at least. I'll take a month or two break from it, come back, feel more refreshed, have more fun with the game. And of course, memories with the game, that's another huge part of why it's just not the same for Warframe and Destiny. People just have formed memories over the years for Destiny. Even though I pre-ordered the game in 2017 and I played on launch, I did not play that long because it was just really not that good for year one. But I played in 2018, late 2018, when Forsaken came out, and had been in tune ever since, because that's when I started to get connected with the game. And even though I don't really have friends on Destiny, like I have a friend and then my sister that I would sometimes play with. My sister kind of felt out of tune with it. She was never really too into it. I think she just wanted to play with me and my friend. Despite all that, I have a lot of memories with the game. I can pretty much recall every single year since launch. 2018 to now, that's almost 8 years. That's 8 years of my life. That's literally a third of my life. And that's just not something a fresh new Warframe player is going to get now when they were playing Destiny for that long. It's not a simple just moving on type of thing. A lot of players, I think it kind of feels like part of their life just ended. I've always loved Destiny more than Warframe simply because of the gameplay. I've always been more of a first-person shooter fan, and nothing quite felt like Destiny to me. And to be fair, nothing quite feels like Warframe, but Warframe, I do kind of wish for difficulty here and there. I do wish for more engaging types of missions. Like dungeons and raids in Destiny are seriously just that good. And sometimes I do miss like a simple Nightfall strike. Going from point A to point B to finish the boss fight, test out my DPS, see a good damage phase, testing out a loadout in PvP, playing Trials for a weekend, trying to get the good loot, trying to go flawless, trying to earn a new shader. And also, I don't really feel like Warframe has that much exploration as Destiny. Destiny is not the greatest when it comes to exploration, especially since it's, so old at this point. But when a new planet would drop, it still was, a nice day to explore. And I think I still do just miss experiences like Whisper of the Worm and Outbreak Perfected, 0 Hour. Warframe for me has very much been a stable game in recent years. A Warframe low is kind of just like, not really anything coming out recently. That's fine, I still got stuff to grind for. I've kind of just viewed Warframe in recent time, at least, as like just a chill, stable game, and it's very casual, just very friendly. I can just simply autopilot it, basically, while just talking about whatever. I don't really have to stress about anything, don't really have to try hard. Aesthetic of the game is pretty nice, fashioning is fun, but I never really have to think too deep about much. Now, of course, for loadouts, I can think quite a bit deeply on it, but when it comes to actual gameplay, it's very much just autopilot, like I said. Whereas with Destiny, I do have to be a bit more engaged with it, especially if I'm doing like solo dungeons. A raid you gotta be a bit more engaged with. But while Warframe is very nice, it really does, it's not going to fill the same void that Destiny will leave. I love Warframe, I'm still going to play it a ton, absolutely. Destiny just had something special about it. Through all the ups and downs, it was always nice just looking forward to the next content update, the next expansion, just seeing the story unfold, exploring new planets whenever they would come out, exploring new weapons and gear when they would come out, exotics, seeing what armor pieces look nice, just enjoying the feel of a nice weapon. If it makes any sense, this is probably the best way I could put it. I always look to Warframe as more casual, whereas Destiny is a little bit more hardcore. It's not exactly like, super hardcore. It's not like it's not casual. It definitely can be casual. It can really kind of just be whatever you want it to be. But Warframe has always just been a lot more easygoing of a game, I think. There definitely is a lot of details into it. It's definitely a very deep game, but that's more so deep in terms of like, oh, where do you actually get this? Where do you farm this? How do you get this? What loadout should I use for this frame? What should I use for for this weapon. What is a good weapon? What is a good frame? Whereas Destiny, it's very simple, I think, when it comes to loadouts and such, but a little bit more complex when it comes to actual gameplay, because you can actually die a fair bit in Destiny, especially on harder difficulties. With Warframe, that's just not quite the case. Not that Warframe doesn't have difficulty, but like, it's just the ceiling for Warframe difficulty is a lot lower than the ceiling for Destiny. But again, just the main thing that Warframe versus Destiny has is memories. People felt very tied and connected with Destiny, and so it being basically gone now, I mean, it hurts, and Warframe's not going to really be able to fill that. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got to say for now. If you're a Destiny player and you haven't tried Warframe, just give it a shot. It is free to play, so if you end up not enjoying the game, then hey, all that you really lose out on is some time. Which, yeah, I know time is important, I get it for sure, but it's at least not money. And I also think just another not good thing is that Warframe is basically losing out on more competition. Now, Warframe does not really need competition. Having competition is not a bad thing, because like, what's really competing with Warframe now? First Ascendant, like, I think the developers for First Descendant or the publishers literally state that the game is operating at a net loss or something like that. First Descendant is not doing well. I know that. It's not like the game's shutting down or anything, but it just is not really making profits. So basically, First Descent is not really a competition for Warframe. But anyway, that's all I gotta say for now, so I'll see you guys in whatever I do next.